have an amazing night. On Monday, I got done watching Raw, and the first thing I thought of was, this is the best match that this guy's had since Finn Balor in NXT. Sami Zayn on Monday was not just the best match because he was able to beat Kross, but because Scarlett was involved. Scarlett reminded me of Scary Sherry. She was so well involved with that match. It had an environment, it had a vibe to it, especially towards the end when his nose is busted open, and she just full on goes, "Kiss me. I want that blood all over my mouth." She looked like one of those dogs that just got done eating an elk and pulls their mouth back, and there's just the red all over the place. Like, it was great, man. Sami did a great job, obviously going out there injured. I know we're doing this out of sorts, but I was really fucking hyped up. Like, the overall vibe of the night, I don't know how you felt about it. It was an average Raw. I want to say there was good as much as there was bad. Like, it kind of held its own. But I really, really enjoyed Kross and Scarlett versus Sami on Monday last night. It was great.
Yeah. At this point, I feel a little bit bad for Sami because he's being put in the position to be the baby face to get this guy over as a heel, and the people have already decided that they don't want him as a heel. And like we said before, they've started to make Sami seem so like he's stupid. And I think that's really the problem here. It's like Kross comes off as creative and funny and likable to all the people that are seeing him on the internet. And then Sami comes off as like this masochistic dope.
Yep.
We're just like, oh, I know I'm hurt, but I'm just going to have another match again. It's like, why? Because I'm not going to let that slide. Why?
I actually laughed because Jackie rolled her eyes at him during the promo. At the end of the promo, and he's like, "Yeah," and now I'm gonna go take him out. And she's just like, "Okay, whatever." And I'm like, I need to fucking freeze frame this because that was the greatest shot of her just looking away from him and rolling her eyes like The Rock did. The whole, "Oh, brother." Like, I was like, that's great, Jackie.
Do you think at this point that that's going to be what happens is they do the old double turn? Because Sami does the thing where he's just like, oh, you people don't want to cheer for me? You don't like me anymore? And then Kross is like, yeah, I already told you, you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. I've been telling you. Basically, he's just going to gaslight him and be shitty to him and bully him until people all get behind Kross and are like, yeah, we're with the bully for some reason.
Well, they were doing that in the match. I don't know if you were listening in, but there was a couple times where they had the "Let's go, Sami, let's go, Kross" chants, and I'm like, wow, I was not expecting that Houston crowd to really turn on Sami like that. I mean, I would expect like maybe a smattering of "Let's go, Sammy's," but man, the "Let's go, Kross" people had some serious balls in their voice. You could definitely tell it was the male audience that was absolutely behind Kross, and it sounded like the ladies and the kiddos behind Sami. So,
yeah, which is not the worst thing in the world, but 3 months ago it was everybody for Sami.
Yeah.
Or 6 months ago at this point. But no, like it was a very strange choice, I guess, to continue on with this Sami Kross thing, because it almost feels like, okay, now you can move Kross along, because if you do want him to be a heel, he took Sami out, all right? Sami's off TV for a little bit. We can forget about it. We can move past it, which we are apparently, farted in that face, so never mind. But they could have done that and moved him on to some other sort of feud, Kross that is, and gave him something to do where maybe the people would have been able to say, all right, we like him more as a face, or hey, we want to, continue to have him as a heel.
Right.
But this thing, you're just kind of doing dirt to Sami. That's really it. You're not helping him.
Though. I think Guy is so charismatic and he's so fluid in his matches. He can easily win his role back. If this is what they want him to do for now, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, me and you both talked about this multiple times with Sami, that he just has these good guy blinders on. That is absolutely hilariously bad. And yeah, like you just said a couple seconds ago, it makes him look like an idiot. It makes him look like a dork. And I think that once this plays its course, once it runs its course, maybe we can get Sami back into a different environment. Cross my fingers too. When Kevin Owens comes back, maybe they reunite those two guys together again.
and roll with that.
Right.
I don't know. It's very weird. There were some choices made on this show and on this card to where I was sitting there and I'm going, I feel like Triple H should environmentally know better than to book this match. And I think when we get to it, you'll see why I feel that way. But yeah, no, the Kross and Sami thing was good. It's really funny because now all you do when you watch Kross is try to count his back bumps. I'm still doing that. I can't help myself. But it's like he doesn't need to bump a bunch. He's a big fucking guy, and now he's over. So
he looked good.
You know?
He was throwing Sami around. He was absolutely working the psychology of Sami's ribs. They made it very clear. It was really well done. It was thought out. He was hyper focused on it. Scarlett did a fantastic job outside the ring. Look, we're used to a lot of max scenes in the arena, where they just stand around and look pretty. And Scarlett really finally got out there. She handed fucking Kross the pipe to take out Sami. She tripped up Sami on the ropes. Like, she even kicked him in the side of the balls. Like, at one point, Sami had the comeuppance. Like, he did the over-the-top move, fucking hit Kross. Kross was down through Kross in the ring. And then Sami was getting ready to go up there, and she just fucking schwacked the balls with her high heels. And I was like, that's great. Because now she slowed down the match by hurting the babyface. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is... I don't know. I really thought...
They're letting her do something, yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, now she's got personality again. Thank you. Thank you. Like, we know she's capable of so much more. And like I said at the very start of this diatribe, I'm like, she showed me shades of Scary Sherry, and I fucking loved it. I fucking love it. And the fact that they're husband and wife, too, with that kiss afterwards, you couldn't do that with a Dominic and a Liv, right? You couldn't have that crazy kind of moment. But you can if it's your man's. Like that was
right. If this is really the deal, yeah. Well, dude, there is also too with Kross and Scarlett, and I'm still kind of thinking this must be the case, is that somebody backstage, whoever it is, the agents or whomever, they must just not know that she's capable of doing stuff. That's like, are they just figuring that out, you think, now? Where they're like, all right, I think we have a good idea for the finish. Or Sami was like, hey, I have a good idea for a finish. And they're like, oh, what is it? And they're like, can you do that, Scarlett? Can you figure it out? And it sounds really shitty.
It does. It sounds like, but can you put the square through the square hole? Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised, Mish. I mean, there's so many people that like you said, a Maxine, right? Yeah. Where if they said to Maxine, maybe by now she's gotten a little bit more comfortable. I'm not going to sit here and say she's, completely clueless, but she's not exactly seasoned and aware. But it's not like one of these things where you'd be like, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to go through, you're going to do an O'Connor roll, and then you're going to pull his hands through the ropes, and then that's going to be the finish. Like, some people can do that. And a lot of people in wrestling, especially like managers or pretty girls that just are, along for the ride, they'd be like, oh, what? And then the who? You're like, all right, just stand there to finish the fucking powerbomb, right? Like, we can't trust her to do anything. And like, it sounds mean, but then again, like I said, there's dudes that do. But let's be real. If you're a male manager standing at ringside, there's a 90% chance because you were a worker at some point, or you're actually like smartened up, as opposed to where if Scarlett showed up at an independent wrestling show with some guy she was dating, and they were like, "Hey, can I walk her to the?" Yes.
Right.
Yes, bad.
Because she's gorgeous. Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
And now
she's got this nice dress. Yep, great.
She's capable. Her promos have been good. Like, her interactions are fine. I think Scarlett is another one of those stars waiting to happen. Look, it's taking Kross how many years before people have finally started getting on board with Kross? And we've admitted that there was a lot of booking troubles with Kross, even when he first came up from NXT to the main roster. There was a lot of silliness that happened with the guy. But Scarlett almost seemed like she was put in the background. Like, they gave her a minute. They weren't impressed with, 2 minutes of her talking about TikTok. And then it's like they just had her shut up for like a year or two. And now all of a sudden it feels like she's getting a chance again. Like I said, Monday was really impressive for them. I really enjoyed the hell out of it.
Well, here's a question. Here's a good old man question for you. Do you think that they're worried about a Mero and Sable type situation. Not saying that Kross is
right.
not
Like, yeah, if they break up or whatever, I don't know, man. But they've been together for
not even a breakup, miss. Just look at this fucking girl. What if the crowd's like, yeah, we like her, and he's all right.
Or Dustin and fucking Terry Runnels, or Stone Cold and Deborah. But the other people made it work, and it was fine. I mean, you're right. Mero and Sable was a giant, huge explosion in the back, of course. But I don't know. It's like different people have different kinds of relationships. You know what I mean? And we knew that even back then with Mero, supposedly he was jealous. He almost had the Macho Man kind of thing with Elizabeth, where he was jealous all the time, right? So maybe Kross isn't one of those guys who's jealous. And maybe that creates a different environment for her to be in, because he's not worried about anybody else, because he's fucking Kross, and that's his wife. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not talking about anybody trying to bang her. I'm talking about the crowd choosing her. The crowd saying, yeah, he's okay. We think he's kind of cool, but her, all right, we like her.
I don't know. At this point, why would you not take any money that comes your way? If you can make Kross and Scarlett, why not? If Scarlett gets her own allure and people like Scarlett for her own reasons, like, why not? I don't know. I guess I don't understand that side of the booking from back in the day, where wrestlers would be worried about their girlfriends or their wives getting over or creating their own character. When you kind of been embedded in this vibe of 2025 of kind of the locker room, at least seemingly equal in the eyes of TKO or in the eyes of the parents of WWE. Because at the end of the day, the things that they boost most, or the things that they talk about most, are social media numbers, their quarterlies. Like, these are the important goals for WWE. It's no longer, hey, we're trying to make Stone Cold a household name. It feels like more, it's Team WWE or nothing,
Right. Well, I mean, it's people are going to always be self-serving and selfish, but I mean, okay, I know Pat's in here. I wish Lou was in here too, because it's an old wrestling saying. On the indies, one of the things that they say to guys is, anytime you bring a girl in, it's going to be a problem, because she's going to more than likely end up passing you. Or getting more attention than you, or blowing past you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A perfect example of that is, do you remember Velvet Sky's boyfriend when she got into wrestling?
Matt Hardy? No.
Yeah, me neither, dude. And I met the kid a dozen times.
Oh, because she was with Matt Hardy for a minute, right?
Yeah, but before, the guy that got her in was some skinny kid in fucking pleather. I remember him from a million years ago, but that's the kind of shit that happens. It's like these dudes bring their girlfriends in to be managers or valets to come out with them, and within 2 or 3 years, it's like, well, I guess what's she doing? She's getting signed to TNA.
Sorry, Goof corrected me. She was with Shane Helms, not the Hardys. My bad. You're right.
Yeah.
My apologies. One of the Omega kids. Is that better? Yeah.
God, it's going to drive me nuts until I remember. It was some kid. His name was like, I don't know, a kid. He was like one of those kid laser guys that
Kid
I
Romeo?
made fun of.